After recording this video, we're like 4 weeks away from SummerSlam, and it's already shaping up to be possibly the best SummerSlam of all time.
You serious?
Matches like Rhea Ripley against my future wife to be Liv Morgan are already shaping up, and before you say anything, yes, I'll be watching Raw, yes, I'll be seeing what's going on with Liv and Dominic, and I can honestly admit that I would happily take Dominic Mysterio's sloppy
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Like, don't we look so good together, man? Like, come on, bro, be for real.
Whenever you see a snow bunny black man, start running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
But back on track here, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan, Damian Priest versus Gunther, Logan Paul versus LA Knight, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. Yeah, I don't really know about this one, man. I'm more excited for what's gonna possibly happen after the match. I said possibly because I don't have the script. I'm not Santi.
Right now, it doesn't get creamier than Jacob Fatu.
He didn't say that. Tell me he didn't just say that.
I don't know, to me, even with this whole Bloodline 2.0 stuff now, Solo Sikoa really doesn't hold that much aura to me because he literally copy and pasted Roman's entire gimmick, word for word,
bar for bar.
And it doesn't really help that he kind of looks weak in his own faction, honestly. Like, for anybody that watched Money in the Bank, we can all agree that Jacob Fatu won that match. Solo and Tama were there just so that WWE could say it was a 6-man tag because they didn't do nothing. Solo was literally eating crossroads after crossroads until Jacob Fatu came in and saved them. If you ask me, Jacob Fatu is the Bloodline at the moment. That man comes out every week and catches straight bodies by himself. How? Forget calling that man a Samoan werewolf. He is a Samoan terrorist. But switching gears, Drew McIntyre versus Punk is also a likely match as well, as long as old man Punk can get cleared in time. I'm joking. I love CM Punk. Please do not Jack Perry me.
You know, I didn't punch anybody. I just choked somebody a little bit.
But the fact that he hasn't had a televised singles match in WWE since his return
Makes me sick.
So hopefully he's able to get cleared and that WWE can make that match official. I feel like I have to come back and revisit the Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley topic after the stupid stuff I said earlier. Those were all jokes, by the way, except they're not.
You are meant to be. I'm not making this shit up.
But on a serious note, or a more serious note, because I was 100% serious about what I just said, but I don't think anyone can legitimately argue that Liv Morgan hasn't helped carry one of the most pivotal storylines on Raw, possibly the most important storyline on Raw, besides from Drew and Punk, because that's Drew and Punk. But if you think about it technically, Liv Morgan has honestly pushed this feud further than it ever was without really even being present. And in the same thought, you can honestly say that Liv Morgan has kept Rhea Ripley relevant while she's been off TV. And now that Rhea's back, this feud can properly cook more. But that's enough glaze and Liv. She's still messing around with Dominic and stuff, so I can't gas her head up too much.
Even if you were the last person on earth, I still wouldn't f you.
But to add on to all of this stuff, people have been throwing around ideas like Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable, Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn again, which is more than likely going to happen if you watch the recent episode of Raw. Tiffany cashing in Money in the Bank, Jimmy and Roman's return, and a bunch of other stuff. But with all that being said, this is the most hype I've been for SummerSlam since 2016. And we know how hype 2016 SummerSlam was.
It was perfect.
Hell, we know how hype 2016 was in general.
Down to the last minute details.
But 8 years later, we reached the same level of excitement and half the card isn't even official yet. I said half the card, majority of the card isn't even official yet. We don't know what guys and girls like Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, or Bianca Belair are even doing at the show, or if they're even going to be on the show, as a matter of fact. But when the official card gets announced, I might give y'all a predictions video, but I kind of just wanted to say what's up to my wrestling guys because I've been making a lot of Transformers content recently if you haven't been paying attention. But professional wrestling is always going to be a staple around here, man. But anyway, with all that being said, leave y'all prediction for the show. Let me know how you feel about SummerSlam this year. Leave all your fantasy bookings and all that. I promise you I try and interact with every comment because I genuinely like interacting with y'all. But anyway, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.